Okay, we're speeding. It is Sunday, March 23rd. Spring has sprung. Sunday. Fist pump. Why are we fist pumping?
Because I'm ready to go.
All right, great. Well, I'm ready to go too. We had an interesting pick we had a pick on for yesterday's game.
They
We
tied, or two
we
days ago now.
we bet the Nationals. It was plus 130. We wagered $10 to win $13, and the final score was a tie, Benji. And
I'll
I'm
say
angry
this: if
about
if
that.
if anyone were to revisit that, they would see that we were so not indifferent, but we realized that there was no good bet. And more than any other day I've seen, there were all these ties and weird circumstances and one-run games. And then I saw that it was like 7-0, and then the Phillies scored 8 runs in the ninth, and we were going back and forth. We really had to pick something. Neither of us were excited about what we had to pick, despite all the choices. But then when I saw how close all the games were and how weird they were, we were sort of vindicated in our hesitation.
I think nobody has any business betting spring training baseball, Benji. That's what
There is
I
that
think.
too. But I think it's starting to shift now that everyone left Florida and Arizona. I do think there's a shift, and now guys are like, "This is my last time to get ready before it counts." And I think that energy means it does kind of count.
Are you
No one's
spending?
testing
Sure.
things out anymore. What
So
was
here's
that?
my question. I just checked on Game Time. Are you spending $34 to see the Dodgers play the Angels in spring training at Dodger Stadium? Is that is that money well spent?
I would if I like had the personal schedule for it right now, and I don't think I do. But I'm already looking at SeatGeek and StubHub and feeling
Yeah, but
things out, and I'm
you're feeling
open.
things out. You're feeling things out for you're feeling things out for spring training.
I'm just feeling things out in general.
Okay, great. See,
It's also a feeling things
if
out of
if
my
we were in
personal schedule.
if we were in Arizona right now, yeah, I would do it. I don't think I need to see a spring training game at Dodger Stadium. I don't think I need to pay money to see a spring training game at Dodger
I
Stadium.
don't, but I also mean by feeling things out where it's like, oh, there's a game at 6 p.m. It's 3 p.m. and I have nothing on my agenda. Maybe I'll go. Okay, yeah, okay, I'll go. But
You
it's
know,
not like a commitment that I'm thinking of weeks before. No.
I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna say something for next week. And with all you have going on in your future this spring, etc., and I'm hoping all good things, b'sha'a tova, as they say. Go to some baseball games, man.
We are, and luckily
Okay, good.
I married a woman who likes baseball and going to baseball games. So very often she will bring it up and we'll say like when we have a kid, we need to make sure we can go to baseball games sometimes. So I'm
Great.
not
It's
worried
lovely.
about my personal life getting in the way of my
Okay, great.
baseball life.
Well, I could because like I mean I love baseball and I don't go to a lot of games and I've taken my kids to a couple of games, but like and they'd be cool, but like I don't for a couple of years I had no interest. I didn't think it was going to be enjoyable at all to take my kid to a baseball game. So you might be different. I think that's wonderful. I think you will have be I think it would be enjoyable for you based on what I'm learning about you. For me, it was not an enjoyable idea for a long
Oh,
time. So
I'm not
go.
taking my kid to a baseball game until it's enjoyable for everyone.
Okay. I didn't think of you
I
as
mean
someone who
more like my
suffers
wife will be
fools.
like, "Hey, my mom will come and watch the baby and then
Uh,
we can go to a baseball game."
yeah, see, this is nothing. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about any mothers coming to watch babies. I love my
That's our plan.
parents.
No, it's all
Yeah,
we don't know
it's
yet
all
either.
baked in. It's all baked in the cake. I got
We're
okay.
already discussing who's going to watch the baby so we can go to baseball games.
Okay, that's and dude, that sounds great. It sounds like you're really thinking ahead. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what. So okay, so we pushed. We got our $10 back yesterday. You know, we didn't lose, which is great. But like the fact that there was a tie is gross because next week there are no more ties, which is I'm looking forward to next week when there are no more ties.
Right. Correct.
Sports sports don't need ties. I know soccer and football has ties, but I don't need a tie.
I'm not a tie person.
It's just
Baseball
not. It's
hates
just
ties.
baseball hates ties. It's baseball. We talk a lot offline how it's a metaphor for life and a great teaching. And like, let's be real.
There's no ties in life.
There's no ties in life.
And baseball requires an investment of time, requires an investment of mental energy. And after you give that type of investment, you can't give a person who just offered that a tie.
No,
I just
no.
invested in staring at a lawn, a glorious lawn. And you
For
can't tell me.
hours.
I already know it doesn't really matter. You have to give me something to tell me it does.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So we got our $10 back, and now we're taking the $10 and bringing it into tomorrow. What do we have tomorrow, Benji? What do you know?
Tomorrow or today, whenever this ends up out there,
Right,
is
sure.
almost the
This will be
opposite of
Monday
what
the 24th. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
it almost feels the opposite of what we encountered last time, where every game was so weird and hard to tell. I'm already seeing a few games jump at me as good moves. We got Schwellenbach on the Braves versus the Cubs. And the guy on the
Great.
Cubs, his last name's Keller. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't care because I'm so into Schwellenbach. And on top of
Not
that,
Mitch. Yeah, okay, great.
it's
Yeah, he's
not
a
Mitch
no name.
Keller. It's the Cubs. And the Braves are plus 102. So I'll take
Let's
plus
go.
102 on Schwellenbach any day. And I think,
I
again,
love how bullish you are on Schwellenbach. He's on my fantasy baseball team. I'm excited. That means meaningful.
I am. And I think a guy like him is really going to try to show the Braves organization that he's ready to throw 110 pitches.
Where is that game tomorrow? Is it in Atlanta? Do you know? Do you know where that game is?
The Cubs are the visiting team, but
Braves v Cubs. It says it's at Sloan Park. So
they're
I don't know
still
where
in
the
Phoenix.
hell's. Okay, great.
I don't care. I believe in
Great.
Schwellenbach here, plus 102, of course.
Definitely. I'm in. I
And
can tell
then
you
I
right
see the
now.
Dodgers versus the Angels, and I'm
Yeah.
like, the Dodgers are just going to beat them. And the Dodgers are negative 155. The Angels are plus 130, and they're
Who's
playing
pitching
in
in
Anaheim.
Anaheim?
Honestly, I don't even remember, but I don't even care.
You don't care.
It's Glass now versus TBD.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Glass now's from Santa Clarita. He's
Oh,
comfortable.
yeah, great. Totally.
Yeah, I trust Glass now to take down the Angels.
I'm in. I'm totally in.
The
So
Dodgers took them down today 7-1. It's a big joke.
yeah,
It's a
dude,
big joke.
what are the Angels doing? I mean, and what are they doing? I'm sad for the Angels.
And then another one that I feel confident on is the Royals versus the Rangers. Look,
Okay,
I love the Rangers this year, but I also love the Royals, and I also love Michael Wacha.
me too.
He hasn't been pitching. Actually, no. Wacha's ERA this spring training is 8.31. Not good. And
How
Trevor
many?
Mahle,
Yeah, Trevor, the
Mahle.
Mahle, Molly. I think
Yeah,
it's Molly.
he is pitching good. So maybe I stay away from this because Waka does seem like the kind of guy who is messing around in spring training in terms of figuring his things out. But those are my two bets.
Yeah, I'm not rushing. And what is it a plus on the Royals?
It is. It is.
Yeah,
Oh
I don't.
wait. Oh wait. I have one more. Actually,
Okay,
no. Those are my two bets. The Pirates Twins is a game of the day. It's some guy named Harrington who appears to be pitching well versus Ober, who's
Bailey
very
over.
good.
I love Bailey over.
It's so funny how familiar I am with players and their stats and their standing in baseball, and I have no idea how to pronounce their name because I never have to talk about Ober with
Right,
someone out loud.
right, with
These
another
are the things we
person.
learn.
Well, I'm here. I'm here for it. Great.
I
And
also
I
heard
do
something.
listen.
Oh, what was that?
No, I do listen to pronunciation, so I'm not talking totally out of my ass, but great.
I'm a big fan of Casey Bubba and his baseball podcast stuff. He's like a baseball fantasy podcaster. And in passing, he said this thing where he was like, the first few years of my podcast was figuring something out. And I was like, okay, that's encouraging.
Yeah, that is encouraging. That is encouraging.
And I don't think he's a billionaire from
Well,
podcasting, but he's
someone
very good at it. And
someone said to me, I was talking about what we're doing. He said, Mr. Beast says, record 50 podcasts or record 50 YouTube, blah, 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 and then we'll talk. I'm like, okay.
yeah, I have a buddy who I sort of started a podcast with, who I like grew up with, childhood friend, and we maybe like started one like 8 years ago, and then he sort of got frustrated and quit on me because he was like, "What is this? I don't know this and that. I'm doing this. What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Dude, let's just figure it out. We're
Let's just
childhood
fucking do it.
friends." And then he couldn't handle it. And then today I was thinking about it. I'm like, we would have such an interesting podcast if he wouldn't have quit. Because politically, we're like totally different people. Like we have a
Yeah,
lot in common, but a lot not in common, but also grew up
yeah.
together, so we know how to treat each other. And I'm like, oh, it would have been so good if he didn't give up on me.
Does he like baseball? We should bring him on.
He does love baseball.
Let's have a talk with him.
Okay,
Great,
great.
great. All right, cool. Well, we've got our picks for Monday. We're gonna
We agreed
basic
again.
I'm definitely agree. Well, I mean, you sold me on it, but I'm not mad about it at all. I mean, I everything you're saying is completely sound. I would rush to the window to put $10 on Spencer Schwellenbach against someone named Keller for the Cubs, and let's go with the Dodgers anytime. Dodgers at
Hold on,
home.
we forgot one that might be worth addressing.
Okay.
Yankees, Mets.
Okay.
Yankees have Stroman.
Okay.
Mets are TBD. Yankees are plus 140.
Plus 140 against the has Stroman been a nightmare? I'm concerned. This
Stroman's ERA
scares
is
me. I mean,
466.
what's his is he what was his last what did he last do? He must have gotten blown up. Did he get shelled last time?
I'll check real quick.
Plus 140. That's sus, as they say.
It is, and I do not like Marcus Stroman. Just putting that out there.
I liked
Marcus
him.
Stroman, okay, he's got a 114 whip with a 466 ERA in 4 games, 9.2 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. So not a
I'm
terrible
I,
training.
I mean Stroman is pitching to be in the rotation right now. There are injuries with the Yankees. If you're telling me it's a plus price on Marcus Stroman against nobody on the
Ooh.
Mets, I'm taking it.
And his last game was 3 innings, no earned runs, 3 Ks,
I'm taking
one
it.
hit, 2 walks.
I'm
Pretty
taking
good.
it. I'm rushing to the
Okay.
window.
I
We have
think
3 games.
we have 3 games. I think this is the most confident we've ever felt about this many games. We're taking the Yankees, we're
Yep,
taking the Dodgers, and we're taking the
yep.
Braves.
That's correct. That's
I feel
correct.
good about this. Two for
Okay,
three is
good.
a lock.
Let's see. I do let hey, 2 and 3 would be we could if we go 2-1 every day, always, we would be very rich men. Okay? All
I
right.
feel good about this.
All right, great. All right, well, we'll check back tomorrow. And it was good talking with you.
Good talk.
And see you soon.
You
Okay.
too.
Bye.